Our meeting is ready to begin. If everyone could please join us.
Did we lose trustee Joe Keys?
Yeah, I see everybody. I don't see Joe yet. Chris, how you been?
Doing well.
Good to see you. Everything good?
Yeah, everything's great.
All right, good.
Susan, can you get Joe? Oh, there you are, Joe.
We are live.
Okay, we ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody that may be out there in television land, welcome to the board, the May 26th board meeting, 2020. What I'd like you to do is, I don't have a flag in my office, and I should, but stand for the flag salute to be led by Trustee Krieger. Deputy Mayor Trustee Krieger.
Thank you.
There we
Oh,
go.
I got-
There's the flag.
Okay, I pledge allegiance to the flag
Flag, the United States of America,
and to the
the
republic
republic
stands,
which it stands,
one nation,
nation,
under God, indivisible, with liberty and
liberty, and justice for all. Thanks for that flag, Sue.
You're very welcome.
That was great.
Girls always got to have her flag ready.
Yeah.
Okay, anybody that's at home, please look for a fast exit out of your house in case there's a fire, an emergency. Go to your car and enjoy yourself. Village Clerk.
Yes, good evening, everybody. I have one request tonight for the approval of the board meeting minutes of May 11, 2020.
Motion to
Second.
approve is all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So carried. Mr. Krozik, you're up.
Good evening, everybody. I hope everybody is,
I'm gonna give you Mr. Krozik.
I need a haircut, so excuse me. Hope everybody is safe and healthy. I'll be brief. Bills total, $411,261.96. By the way, I had a beard and I shaved it for you guys. Five largest, Town of Brookhaven for refuse, $41,474.27. H2M Main Street Sewer Line, $39,334.61. Macaron, RPZ valve, 380 Bay Avenue, $32,868.80. Quinno Rothschild Shorefront Park, $10,873.75. And sewer repair by West Tech, 7305.16. They total $131,856.59. If I could have approval.
A motion to accept is presented.
Motion.
There's a second.
Second.
All in
Second.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So carried. Just real quick on the refuse course at 41,000. With people being home, we've seen a lot of clean basements, a lot of clean yards, a lot of shrubs and a lot of stuff going on. Ronnie, do you
Yep.
have anything else?
Yes, I do. I have budget adjustments to offset the lack of meter revenue by savings in the workman's comp. I'd like to reduce workman's comp by 100,000 budget line and reduce parking meters revenue by 100,000. It offsets each other. If I could have approval.
Motion,
Motion.
second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Carried.
Okay, in front of you, you have a slew of transfers for year-end cleanup. If I could have approval for them.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I
So carried.
have one loan, capital projects fund, general fund to loan, capital projects fund, 377,978.78. And the community development fund, $5,068.36 to be reimbursed.
Motion,
Motion.
second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, and you have your cash balances as of April 30th in front of you. Thank you very much. Be safe.
Thank you,
Thanks, Ron.
Ron.
Thank you, Ron. Good to see you.
Apologize for being late, guys. Had a little technology challenge.
No worry, Tom. I got you.
Thanks a lot, Tom.
Okay, before we get started, there's been a lot of chatter about what happened at a couple of our establishments on the river, names to be left out. just so people understand what guidance we've gotten from Albany on as a village. Because we are a village and because we do not have our own police, our level of being involved in situations that happen at both of these places of overcrowding, people not distancing, all of those pieces, we do not have the authority to enforce. So we have told the public, when called and asked, if they see something and they think it's inappropriate, they are to call 311, not 911. 911 is for an emergency, somebody that you need to get the police there immediately. In some cases, it seems like it should be a 911, but it's 311 and they respond. We may respond behind them to support them, but we do not have the authority to take action. And for the public's information, in the case of these two situations, the state liquor authority is involved in it now, and they have taken actions in other parts of the state for the same type of infraction. So this now is in the hands of the Suffolk County PD. And if you call our public safety, they will then contact the Suffolk PD and give them your information. The fastest way to do it is to call 311. I don't have any idea where this is going to go as far as the legal aspects of it, but it's not a simple decision. It's a simple decision for the SLA. It's not a simple solution for the people that are now involved. So I would ask everybody to really take heed to what the doctors are saying, distancing, masks, crowds, groups. It is extremely, extremely important. If we want to get back to where we were in December, probably, because it was probably rolling in January. We're not going to do it unless we do those things of distancing and masks and staying out of large groups. So that being said, we don't have a BID. Tom, do you have a BID report?
I do not have a BID report. I have
But I know you have. I know you have.
chamber report.
Yeah, the Chambers, David Kennedy's two-page essay, right?
2-page essay.
Yeah.
So, okay, you want that now, sir?
Yes, please do.
Okay, I am officially David Kennedy. Now, I'm going to look away from you guys because I'm going to read it off this other screen. Good evening, Mayor Pontieri and Village Board of Trustees. On behalf of the Greater Patchogue Chamber, I am providing a report. First, we send a huge thank you to our local veterans organizations led by VFW Commander Dave Rogers, Village DPW Superintendent Joseph Dean, Village Public Safety, and everyone involved with organizing the live stream Memorial Day ceremony we hosted on our Chamber's social media this weekend. We are proud that our community found a respectful and compliant way to honor those who sacrificed their lives for our freedom on the day dedicated to them. Unfortunately, we are all aware that this past Memorial Day weekend saw across the nation businesses that pushed the envelope on social distancing and business operations, particularly seasonal businesses who depend on summer holiday weekends for survival. This includes some businesses in Patchogue, as reported by local media. Suffolk Police reported to our chamber that they have responded to all complaints on businesses who didn't maintain proper operations, and violators have been put on notice. Those business owners have contacted me and assured me that there will be no repeat of what happened, and they will strictly conform to guidelines. I can also assure everyone that our chamber will continue to aggressively communicate what state guidelines are to our members as we enter the reopening phase. We expect all Patchogue businesses to abide by state guidelines regarding business operations, and we expect the proper authorities will continue to enforce these guidelines. I will personally make sure any message from the Village of Patchogue will be provided directly to all of our businesses. As we move forward, our chamber has been working with our municipal partners in Suffolk County, the Village of Patchogue, and the town of Brookhaven on concepts that will allow outdoor business operations on sidewalks, streets, and other public spaces to coincide with the phase-in of business openings. In particular, Mayor Pontieri has been very open to some unique concepts, including dine till 9, use of Main Street for an al fresco dining when allowed. We are grateful the village continues to be forward-thinking in restoring our vibrant downtown activity. I am also happy to report that our village, our chamber's Young Professionals Group has partnered with Plaza Max Cinema to bring to downtown Patchogue a drive-in movie activity. We hope will continue through the season. As suggested by Mayor Pontieri, I assume that's true, Paul, we are
Yeah.
looking to host a drive-in movie in the eastern portion of the Oak Street parking lot on Friday, June 6th and Friday, June 5th and Saturday, June 6th. We would have 2 movies, one at 8 and one at 10:30. While specific details are being finalized, we are hopeful that the village board will approve the use of this space for this purpose at tonight's meeting, based on a separate request that David sent today. While I know new event procedures have been adopted, this particular activity only came together over the past weekend. If approved, we will strictly comply with all village requirements. We hope to move quickly and be among the first to provide this type of downtown activity and maintain Patchogue as a regional leader. Next page. Next, knowing full well our annual Alive After 5 Street Festival will not be able to operate as normal, we have decided to use our first day of Thursday, June 25th, to host a virtual Alive After 5, along with our presenting sponsors, Blue Point Brewery, Better Man Distillery, the Patchogue Medford Library, with many local restaurants and retailers participating. The concept is to live stream local musicians, some virtual family activities hosted by the library, and provide a virtual shopping marketplace with opportunities to get food and drink deliveries during the course of the event. Stay tuned to our social media and website, patchogue.com, for more details. Finally, our foundation's Greater Patchogue COAD continues to lead our community relief efforts. Starting this week, our COAD will be sponsoring weekly Food Drive Fridays, where we invite everyone to drop off food donations at a drive-through concept at specific locations. These donations will go directly to agencies providing food and meals to those in need in the Patchogue Medford area. Again, visit the Greater Patchogue Chamber social media and website for specific details. As always, please never hesitate to reach me on anything related to our business district. Thank you all for the tremendous leadership you continue to provide us during this difficult time. David Kennedy, Executive Director, Greater Patchogue Chamber of Commerce and Greater Patchogue Foundation. That's it. Long.
Yeah, long.
Well done.
Yes, very much so.
Thank you.
Very much so. Okay. What was the request in there? Do we want to vote on right now, Tom, motion?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have a copy of the exact motion, Paul.
But the motion would be is to have
It's not
the
the Oak Street event.
yeah, the use of that parking lot is it?
Let me reiterate that. So the Chamber of Commerce, in conjunction with the Chamber's Young Professionals Group, partnering with the Plaza Max Cinema, would like to hold a basically drive-in movie event on Friday, June 5th and June 6th. And they would have movies. I don't know how they're going to do this, but that's not my problem. One at 8 p.m. and one 10:30 p.m. I think is that sufficient detail for a motion, Paul?
Yeah, as long as they conform and get the approval of Suffolk County PD or Public Safety and take all the appropriate needs to make it a safe and secure event.
I'll
So the motion is,
be in touch
Talk
with
along.
David, and I'm sure you will as well, but
Yep.
let's,
so Tom, it's a motion to hold the event
yeah,
on the
motion
dates.
to hold the event on those dates and times.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
So carried.
I think it's kind of a
Okay.
cool idea, you know, they won't be serving drinks like their last fantasy plan.
The SLA was very clear about that.
Oh, boy. Hey, let's give open containers to people in cars.
Yeah,
What planet are you on?
with a car full of
I-
kids.
I like it. I think it's a good idea. It could be something fun, something
Oh,
new.
yeah.
So I like it. I like it.
Anyway,
Deputy Mayor Krieger.
hopefully they'll pull it off. June 5th and 6th is next week.
Yeah, it's right around the
Yep.
corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deputy Mayor Krieger, unmute yourself.
Done, unmuted. Hello, everyone.
You're up.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. I only have one item here. Unfortunately, one of the things that have been canceled this year, or let's just say postponed, is our friend Jim Faith, who's the producer of the Great South Bay Music Festival, has sent us, the mayor, a letter confirming, hoping for, to get some dates approved. So I'm going to read this letter into the record, Mr. Mayor.
Please do.
Dear Mayor Panieri, this letter is to confirm that due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we have moved the dates of the Great South Bay Music Festival, formerly scheduled on July 16th to 19th, 2020, to Thursday, July 15th, Friday, July 16th, Saturday, July 17th, and Sunday, July 18th, 2021. So this year, there will not be a Great South Bay Music Festival, unfortunately. We believe that having it this year would be a health risk, and postponing the fest is in the best interest of our attendees, the Village of Patchogue, and the general public. Please let me know if you have any questions or I can be of assistance to you in any way. We look forward to bringing Long Island's biggest and most beloved music fest back to Shorefront Park in 2021 and celebrating again our community of friends and family. All the best. Please stay safe. Jim Faith, producer, Great South Bay Music Festival. I know I'm disappointed, and I'm sure a lot of people who come to this festival every year for the past, what, how many years, Paul? 14?
Oh.
15?
This would have been
Yeah.
the 14th.
14.
Yeah, 14 years.
14.
Yeah.
So first time in 14 years that we're not having it. And, Jim Faith has been wonderful with this festival. And it's one of those things that drives a lot of people to Patchogue. And unfortunately, we're not going to see it this year. So keep those dates open for next year. And that's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Jack, is that a
Um,
motion to fix
Jack,
those
you
dates?
actually have one resolution.
Yeah, you have another item on there.
Oh, that's
also,
right.
but-
Yeah, I'm sorry. On this, that's
But,
would be a resolution to
motion-
accept those dates.
I'll second it.
yeah. Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Deputy Mayor Krieger, you still have one item on your list.
I see that. Thank you very much. I'd like to request approval for all non-union employees to receive a 2% increase effective June 1st as set forth in the union contract. That's a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
That's all I have, Ms. Mayor. Thank you.
Trustee Keys.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, fellow board members, everybody out there in YouTube land or Zoom land or whatever it's called. Nothing on the wish list, just a couple of things. There is a kind of good news, I guess. One of PEP's popular projects of the past is percolating again. We got word that we are this close to getting the aerators installed in Patchogue Lake. We are bubbling with anticipation for that to happen. I know I've been talking about this a while. In fact, it's probably Patchogue Pond when we started this project, but we're just waiting for PSCG to do some electrical work. All the work, thank you, Trustee Felice, DPW, all the work required by them is done. Cables are in, everything's hooked up. So the next step is to get a kayak and put Joe Dean out in a kayak. And we're selling tickets for that. And and get them installed, but I'll keep you posted.
I've got one. I've got a kayak. I'd be happy to bring it down for you.
I just want to see him get in it, actually. That's,
Get out of it.
Yeah, that's right. I want to see him get out of it. That's the danger. You can get in, but boy,
have
getting
to
out
walk
is
with
really
it.
a
You have to
problem.
walk around with it. We've been in a lot of discussion, Maria and I, and with other Parks and Rec representatives from other municipalities about what to expect for the summer. Everybody is kind of in the same position we are. We're not sure what to expect for the summer. If I was a gambler, I would bet that we will probably not have any sort of summer camp programs. In fact, when I understand, Girl Scouts canceled their summer camp, so I don't see that we'll be having ours. So I will let you know some of the things we've been thinking about, but I want you to keep in mind that, imagine like a great big if, the word if in front of everything I say, because everything obviously is based on what kind of guidelines we receive from the state, what we'll be allowed to do and what we can do practically. We're in Parks and Recreation for a reason. We want to provide some recreation. It's what we do. And so that's why we've been trying to come up with some ideas. The only thing we may be able to salvage is the pool. I have to be honest, after seeing some of the clips of what happened in Ozark, Missouri, kind of scares me a little bit, but I have a little more confidence in the residents of Patchogue that they can behave a little more maturely, shall we say. So some of the things that we've been batting around, because we would like to provide something for our residents. It would be a residents only admission that we can limit the capacity. And again, we have to wait to see what the governor's going to tell us, how many he will allow. If he allows 50% capacity, then we'll have to go down and figure out what that is. We'll mark off stations 6 foot apart, have a couple of deck monitors as well as pool monitors, sort of to make sure that people are practicing what the guidelines are. And we're talking maybe even like a split session, 10 to 12:30, say, and then take an hour, 2 hours to clean up everything up, have lunch, and then have a second session, 2:30 and 5:30. It gives a chance for staff to clean everything up, make sure everything is disinfected properly, and that also gives maybe a chance for more residents to get at least a couple of hours out of the pool. So if we could split sessions. Again, this is all very tentative, and we're just sitting and waiting for the governor's guidelines. I will meet with Joe and Maria down at the pool, and so that will be prepared. If we get some promising news, we'll be prepared. But I got to be honest with you, like I said, after enforcing and controlling it may be an issue. So we're kind of on standby. But that's what we've been talking about anyway. So, and Mr. Mayor, I believe that's all I have. Thank you.
Thanks, Joseph. Trustee Ferb.
Nope, police.
Poor Sal. Poor
Hey,
Sal.
Skip right
Tom,
over me.
you-
It's all good.
Hey, Sue, unmute Tom. He's talking to himself.
Trustee Felice needs to go first, Mr. Mayor.
Okay.
He's skipping right over Sal. Come on.
That's all right. It's all
H
good.
has
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening, everybody. Very quickly, just a quick shout out to Joe Keys and Maria and the mayor with those signs, the informative signs that are around town, especially in and around the parks. Great idea. That was really a good thing. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody's hard work. I know these times are tough. These Zoom meetings are tough. Sue, thank you for putting them together. It's hard to sit here in wherever you are, your basement, your kitchen, your living room, Paul's down at Village Hall. It's hard to get it all together, but here we are, and we're getting it done and we're doing it. And I appreciate that. So I just like a shout out to the DPW guys. They're still out there working hard, because everybody's home cleaning out their basement, their attic, their garage, working in the yard. Our guys are nonstop all day long, picking up stuff on the sides of the roads. And my hats are off to those guys. They've really been doing a great job keeping up with it. I mean, from the minute they get in the morning to the minute they go home, they're working very hard to get that stuff off the sidewalks and streets. So,
Sal, I have to interrupt 1 second because you're talking about the guys, and I don't know who saw the it was on Facebook, the little clip of your crew bringing the little boy the balloons for his birthday.
That was John McGovern.
Yeah.
John McGovern. He's a great guy.
Yeah, that was really cool, right?
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, that was good. Hey, I tell you, we got a great bunch of guys down there. I mean, everybody. they're just such good guys, and they really do the right thing. It's really heartwarming, especially in these times where they could do something like that, and that it's really great. I just have one real quick request approval for a title change for Kevin Dean from cleaner to laborer, and that's without a salary increase, and that's effective 5/11/20. So that's a motion.
Second.
Second,
All in favor?
aye.
So carried.
And that's all I have.
Hey Sal, I won't forget you next time.
No, that no big deal. Thanks, Paul.
He even combed his hair tonight, Paul, and you skipped over him
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah. Can you tell?
He combed every one of them. My daughter gave me the haircut. Did you notice?
Yeah, it looks good.
Great.
Thomas,
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Page.
I feel like I'm back in the 60s.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
except
need a
up here.
ponytail.
Hey, Christopher, how are you tonight? Good to see you. You're muted, so we'll let you go. I just want to make a quick little comment. We're theoretically, Long Island is getting permission from our governor, I'll be complimentary, to open tomorrow. And, it's been hard for the since March 15th or March 18th when we closed down. But now is the real coming out. And, we saw it this weekend. Paul spent the whole weekend on the phone with residents in the SLA and other people because the public is tired of this. I'm sure we're all tired of this. And, our businesses are stressed out like crazy. I mean, can you imagine having a restaurant like the Dublin Deck closed for however long? I mean, they want to open. So we're entering a real stressful time. And I guess we need to be patient, and we need to get our friends and our constituents to do the best they can. Other than that, I have nothing tonight.
Thank you very much, Tom. Trustee Brinkman, and you'll do Trustee Devlin's.
Yes, I will. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just would like to thank our wonderful veterans organizations for a very meaningful and special Memorial Day remembrance. It was really amazing to see what they were able to pull together to make sure that all those who have passed have proper recognition on that very special day. So big shout out to them for doing a fantastic job, and for Benny Miggs stepping up to get it all videoed and uploaded onto social media and all of the outlets that they used. It was really fantastic to be able to participate in that at home and still remember those who gave all. So for this evening, I have two requests. Number one, request approval to set a public hearing to amend Article 14 of Chapter 435 in Sections 365-23A3, 435-30F1, 435-43, 435-44, and 435-45 for the purpose of making the Architectural Review Board an advisory committee. And Trustee Steele, if I could have a date for that as well.
I'm back to a trustee now?
Oh, I'm sorry, Village Clerk Patty Steele. Yeah, sorry. One of those
Well, we
days
have-
I've been technically challenged all the way around.
You've come
Well, look,
full circle,
John,
Patty.
What's that, Paul?
You've come full circle.
I'm full circle, exactly. That's what I just said. What comes around goes around. Okay, we already have 2 hearings on June 8th, so I'm proposing June 22nd, if that's okay.
That works. Motion
Second.
made, second. Any other questions on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
So carried.
Thank you. And finally, request approval for final change orders 11, 12, and 13 for the Building Department addition to Complete Interiors LI Incorporated in the amount of $15,225.
Motion,
That's my motion.
motion and second. All in favor? So carried. Okay. Ms.
And
Prince,
Mr.
if
Mayor,
anybody-
checking in on our webinar, we have no participants wishing to speak, and checking now on YouTube, we have no participants wishing to speak.
Okay.
So we're clear.
Chris, any comments from the corner?
No, no. And then what you said earlier about the issue with, the restaurants and the village and attempting to enforce it, it's under the public health law where these executive orders derive their authority for requiring people to socially distance and wear masks and for, gatherings. And that's something that if you look under the public health law, that's something that at the county level, they can enforce with their police department, and the New York Attorney General's office can enforce, but that's not something that villages really have the authority to enforce. So just to give you the legal aspect of it.
Thank
I
you, Chris.
appreciate that. Because that's how I read it also, is that it's not under our authority. And even down to, if we given our authority, what court does it go to? Does it go to village court? Does it go to 6th district?
Right.
We don't have the authority to go to those two.
It should go to the court of common sense,
Yes, exactly.
which we are lacking majorly.
But Chris, thank you very much. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, guys, have a nice evening.
Thank you,
Hi,
Mr.
everybody.
Good night.